silence hung thick in the ethereal air, as if God himself were holding his breath. But God had forsaken this place, and a demonic creature made it its home. Something, perhaps the ominous roar, had activated the talisman stones. The hoopoe, Farhad's thankless guide, was trapped. Farhad couldn't help but dwell on Allseed's dire warning.
Beware the Tale of Bistun if you value your life.
The poor bird was in grave danger. Farhad found his attention drawn to the floating island pierced by menacing light. He could remember nothing about it, but somehow it seemed familiar. Freed the hoopoe, but flap as it might, it struggled to fly. He tried to cradle the bird in his hands, but it evaded his gentle grasp. Perhaps Allseed's embrace would cure the bird of its injuries. If only it could do the same for Farhad. I'm so sorry, Shireen, Farhad muttered under his breath. It pained him that he could ever have forgotten his love. What has done this to me, he thought. 1,000 thoughts and fears vied for supremacy in Farhad's head. Thankfully, it seemed Allseeds had healed the hoopoe's wounds. The little bird darted from one perch to another with a grace that brought a smile to Farhad's lips. But it was the lukewarm smile of a troubled man. He couldn't stop thinking about the floating island skewered by light in the Revelations realm. The mention of an ancient temple piqued Farhad's curiosity. A reassuring warmth flooded through Farhad's body at the memory of Shireen's delicate face. Another of those cursed arenas. Just how far had the blight spread? Farhad's resolve hardened. If he didn't act, there may be no world left to recall. Memories of Shireen grew stronger. He cherished each as the bee treasures nectar and vowed to never forget her again. The enemies are growing in might and stature, Farhad realized. The blight must be worsening. His train of thought was interrupted. A sweet scent found its way to him on the gentle breeze. It seemed to be coming from the temple ruins. Does the large stone ring the author described hold some power? Farhad wondered. The pickaxe's handle was carved from the fragrant branch of a pomegranate tree. Have I used this before? Farhad wondered. The feel of the pickaxe in his strong hand suggested an answer. Building a canal to bring milk to her door was no easy task, but one Farhad would do again in a heartbeat. Farhad sucked in deep breaths to recover his energy. But despite his exertions, he realized he was humming the broken notes of some long-forgotten song. Adrenaline wore off. A knot formed in Farhad's stomach. Those were royal soldiers, he thought, but they seemed mindless. Could the sickness affecting nature have spread to humans too? The notion struck Farhad with fear. Sent a shudder through Farhad. But why? He could not remember. Farhad's fear settled into a crushing depression. Wherever he went, he encountered only forgotten destruction, like a battlefield long after the fighting has ended. Why is nobody trying to stop this madness? Perhaps. A smile touched Farhad's lips, for he was well acquainted with those wondrous trees.